Okay, hello everyone. My name is Diego Ruiz. I come from Colombia. I have been in this country for the last 15 months. I live in one small town called Tistrup, close to Germany in Jutland. I am electronic technology from the University del Valle in Colombia. And today I'm going to talk about the backend and the Swag editor and the way that we implemented in our project, Rate My City. The backend is the server-side development. It's something that happens behind the scenes. And the web system, there are two parts, the frontend and the backend. In the frontend, it's everything that happens between the browser, the user, and the interface. And in the backend, we have one specific software that have interaction with the databases with the server. Backend developers create the business rules and the logic to make a web system properly. The most popular technologies that we have in our backend side are Node.js, Python, and Java. In our project, we are working with a stack. In the front end, we are working with a technology called JavaScript with a library called React.js. And in the backend, we are working with Node.js as a server. For our local stores, we are working with SQL and in the cloud with Firebase. When the user make a request to the server, this is possible with something called APIs. That means application programming interface. Then the user sends one information to the server in one JSON file. That means JavaScript or JSON notation. Then the server gets this information, makes a process, and have interaction with the databases, and sends some response back through the API to the user. As developers, we have a good tool to have tests in our API. The name of this software is Postman. First, we have to paste the URL with the specific point. Second, we have to select the correct method. In this case, we can choose between get, post, put, or delete. Third, we have to press the button send, and we have to expect one response in one JSON file. In our project, we are using controllers and routers. The controllers, we are using one framework called Next that have access in our database, select the correct schema, and we have to specify the correct method and do some query parameters. And in the routers, we have one function that we need to specify one method, in this case, patch, and we have to select one point, in this case, ID. We have to do some query parameters and expect some two possible results. If it's successful, it should be true. If it's unsuccessful, it should be the status 400. The Swagger editor is our best tool to have documentation in our backend code. It's very important to work with a good documentation. We want to work as a team. That's why, if, for example, in our code, in our endpoint CVs, we are using the summary, the parameters, properties, and possible responses. Then in the data sheets, we have to have documented in each method, we have to select the correct path and the endpoint. If we want to do some modification in our code, we have to do it also here.